Don Juan by Lord Byron. Donna Julia teaches her husband a lesson. Alfonso was the name of Julia's lord, a man well looking for his years, and who was neither much beloved nor yet abhorred. They lived together, as most people do, suffering each other's foibles by accord, and not exactly either one or two. Yet he was jealous, though he did not show it, for jealousy dislikes the world to know it. Young Juan now was 16 years of age, tall, handsome, slender, but well knit. He seemed active, and everybody but his mother deemed him almost a man. Julia saw, and as a pretty child caressed him often. Such a thing might be quite innocently done and harmless, when she had 20 years and 13 he. But I'm not so sure. When he was 16, Julia 23. These few short years make wondrous alterations, particularly amongst sunburnt nations. The hand which still held Juan's, by degrees, gently but palpably, confirmed its grasp, as if it said,
"Do stop me, if you please."
Yet there's no doubt she only meant to clasp his fingers with a pure, platonic squeeze. Thus Julia sat with Juan, half embraced and half retiring from the glowing arm, which trembled like the bosom where it was placed. Yet still she must have thought there was no harm, or else 'twere easy to withdraw her waist. But then the situation had its charm, and then God knows what next. I can't go on. 'Twas midnight. Donna Julia was in bed, sleeping most probably, when at her door arose a clatter might awake the dead. The door was fastened, but with voice and fist loud knocks were heard. Don Alfonso was arrived. He paused not to disturb the slumber of a wicked woman, who contrived by stealth her husband's temples to encumber. Examples of this kind are so contagious. Were one not punished, all would be outrageous. Poor Donna Julia, starting as from sleep. Mind that I do not say she had not slept, began at once to scream and yawn and weep. But sweet fair Julia, who was an adept, contrived to fling the bedclothes in a heap, as if she had just now from out them crept. Then she found at length a voice, and cried,
"In heaven's name, Don Alfonso, what do you mean? Has madness seized you? Would that I had died, ere such a monster's victim I had been. What may this midnight violence betide? A sudden fit of drunkenness or spleen? Dare you suspect me, whom the thought would kill? Search, then, the room."
Alfonso said, "I will." He searched and rummaged everywhere. Under the bed he searched, and there he found no matter what. It was not that he sought. He opened windows, gazing if the ground had signs of footmarks, but the earth had naught. And then he stared the corners of the room around. 'Tis odd. Not for one moment did he think, and seems to me almost a sort of blunder, of looking in the bed as well as under. During this investigation, Julia's tongue was not asleep.
Yes, search and search, insult on insult heap, and wrong on wrong. Was it for this that I became a bride? For this in silence I have suffered long, a husband like Alfonso at my side. But now I'll bear no more, nor here remain, if there be law or lawyers in all Spain. Yes, Don Alfonso, husband now no more, if ever you indeed deserved the name. Is't worthy of your years? You have 60, 50 or 60, it is all the same. Is it wise or fitting, causeless to explore for facts against a virtuous woman's fame? Ungrateful, perjured, barbarous Don Alfonso, how dare you think your lady would go on so? There is the closet, there the toilet, there the antechamber. Search them under, over. There is the sofa, there the great armchair, the chimney which would really hold a lover. I wish to sleep, and beg you will take care and make no further noise till you discover the secret cavern of this lurking treasure. And when 'tis found, let me too have that pleasure.
She ceased and turned upon her pillow. Pale she lay, her dark eyes flashing through their tears, like skies that rain and lighten. Her streaming hair, her black curls strive but fail to hide her glossy shoulder. Her soft lips lie apart, and louder than her breathing beats her heart. So Don Alfonso stood with downcast looks, and, truth to say, he made a foolish figure. He stood in act to speak, or rather stammer, but the fair, firm Julia cut him short with,
"And now, Alfonso, now that you have thrown doubt upon me, confusion over all, pray have the courtesy to make it known. Who is the man you search for? Let him be shown. I hope he's young and handsome. Is he tall? Tell me. At least, perhaps, he has not 60 years. Ah, I am ashamed of having shed these tears. They are unworthy of my father's daughter. My mother dreamt not in my birth's hour that I should fall into a monster's power. Pray, sir, leave the room and say no more, or Julia dies."
Alfonso muttered, "Damn her!" but nothing else. The time of words was over. He cast a rueful look or two, and did, he knew not why, that which he was bid. No sooner was the door bolted than, O shame, O sin, O sorrow, and O womankind! How can you do such things and keep your fame, unless this world and the other too be blind? Nothing so dear as a spotless good name. But to proceed, for there is more behind. With much heartfelt reluctance be it said, Don Juan slipped, half smothered, from the bed.